Some worlds wait to be discovered. Others simply are. This isn't a story of explorers, conquest, or even survival in a harsh alien land. This is the story of a planet that existed in perfect balance long before humanity ever looked up at the stars. Its name is Aeruun, and it never needed us to find it. Drifting through a deep violet nebula at the edge of known space. Aeruun has no sun. It doesn't need one. The planet itself emits a soft, ethereal light. Its surface glows in gentle blues, purples, and silvers, responding not to pressure, but to presence. When something moves across it, the light shifts, acknowledging the form before returning to its quiet hum. It's as if the world itself sees every step taken upon it. Gravity here is lighter, making all movements slow, graceful, and intentional. Sound doesn't just travel through the air. It moves through the ground and the planet's very light, returning as a subtle vibration, not an echo. Time itself is different. It doesn't march forward in a straight line. It stretches, folds inward, and even pauses when nothing needs to change. On Aeruun, nothing grows upward. There are no trees reaching for a sky, no towering structures built to dominate the landscape. Life here spreads outward low, wide, and interconnected, forming pathways instead of boundaries. Aeruun isn't alive in the way we define life, but it is deeply, profoundly aware. The beings who inhabit this world call themselves the Virethi. They aren't born. They arrive. Emerging from glowing pools known as memory wells, they are already fully formed, already aware that they belong to the planet. Tall and slender, their bodies are semi-translucent, filled with a slow-moving internal light that shifts with intention, not biology. They have no mouths, for communication is unnecessary. Their large, reflective eyes don't see appearance. They perceive emotional presence. Fear dims their light, curiosity makes it swirl, and calm brings a quiet clarity. The Virethi don't eat. They absorb energy from the ground, the air, and one another. They don't sleep, but enter a state called stillness, where their awareness merges with Aeruun. The planet then absorbs what they no longer need: excess thoughts, emotional residue, the weight of experience. They don't age, because time doesn't erode them here. And when a Virethi's purpose is fulfilled, their form simply loses cohesion. Their light disperses back into the planet, and their memories are absorbed into Aeruun's surface. It isn't death. It is completion. Aeruun remembers everything, so the Virethi don't have to carry the burden of pain, loss, or fear. For countless cycles, this was enough. The balance was perfect. Until one cycle, when something changed. A vibration entered the upper atmosphere, one that did not originate from Aeruun. It was artificial, repeating, directional. It was a human signal. The Virethi didn't recognize it as a threat or an invasion. They only understood one thing: imbalance. Before they could even process this new input, the planet itself reacted. The surface light dimmed. The memory wells pulsed irregularly. For the first time in its history, Aeruun adjusted its pattern of creation. And from the wells emerged something new. Something unfamiliar. A Virethi whose internal light did not settle, whose pattern was not stable. The elders named this one Sail. Sail experienced stillness differently. When Aeruun tried to absorb Sail's thoughts, fragments remained behind. Curiosity, fear, and the capacity to choose. While other Virethi merged fully with the planet, Sail retained a sense of separation. They would spend long periods observing the sky, feeling the distant signal resonate through the ground, through their own form. It wasn't painful, but it was unfamiliar. And unfamiliarity meant change. When the elders asked Sail what calling they had been given, no pattern of light formed beneath their skin. No clear directive emerged. For the first time in Virethi history, An answer was not simply received. Sail had to guess. I am meant to go, Sail projected, where the planet cannot remember for me. The elders gave no response. Some saw this as adaptation, but others used a quieter, more unsettling word. Preparation. Because Aeruun was never meant to be discovered. It was meant to observe, to adjust, and to decide what happens next. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey to Aeruun, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories from worlds beyond our own.